Life Philosophies Unleashed.
Have you ever wondered if the supernatural world is closer to us than we think? If beings from beyond our reality have actually walked among us, not just as guardians or messengers, but as something more? Intimate? What if I told you that some ancient texts suggest angels once married humans? That they may have even fathered children? Sounds like something straight out of mythology, right? Like the ancient tales of demigods or celestial beings descending to Earth. But this isn't just some old legend. This is a theory based on real scriptural references, theological debates, and historical texts that go back thousands of years. And the deeper you dig, the stranger it gets. Batchelor, a well-known Bible teacher, has explored this fascinating mystery, and today we're diving deep into the scriptural and historical evidence behind it. What did ancient people believe about angels? What does the Bible say about the sons of God and their relationship with humans? And most importantly, what does all of this mean for us today? If angels truly married humans, then we're looking at one of the greatest supernatural mysteries ever. And if they didn't, then why do so many texts and legends across different cultures point to similar stories? Prepare yourself, because this journey is going to challenge everything you thought you knew about the unseen world. And by the end, you'll see angels in a way you've never imagined before. So, grab a seat, open your mind, and let's explore this mind-bending question together. Who are angels, really? Before we dive into the idea of angels marrying humans, let's take a step back and ask a fundamental question: who are angels? For most people, the word angel brings up images of glowing beings dressed in white robes, floating with majestic wings and halos. Hollywood has done a great job of making them look like kind-hearted spirits who only exist to help people. But if you actually read the Bible, you'll see that angels are far more powerful, mysterious, and at times terrifying than we've been led to believe. For starters, angels are warriors. They are described as armies in heaven, engaging in battles between good and evil. Archangels like Michael are known for leading celestial battles against demonic forces. Some angels, like the seraphim, are described as having 6 wings, 2 covering their faces, 2 covering their feet, and 2 to fly. And there are the cherubim, often depicted as having multiple faces, those of a lion, an ox, an eagle, and a man. These are not the cuddly little cherubs we see in Renaissance paintings. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Angels can take human form. Throughout the Bible, we see stories of angels appearing as ordinary people, blending into human society. They eat, drink, and even interact physically with people. This ability raises an important question. If angels can take human form, could they also experience human emotions? Could they feel attraction? And if they could take physical form, did some of them take it a step further and marry humans? It sounds unbelievable. But if we follow the breadcrumbs left behind in ancient texts, things start to make a lot more sense. The mysterious Genesis 6 passage. Now, let's get to the part of the Bible that has baffled scholars for centuries. Genesis 6, 1-4. This passage describes a time before the Great Flood when something strange happened. The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. This passage raises several questions. Who were the sons of God? What were the Nephilim? And why does the text make it sound like something unnatural was happening? Some theologians argue that sons of God simply refers to the righteous lineage of Seth, Adam's third son, while daughters of men refers to the descendants of Cain. According to this view, the passage just means that godly men married ungodly women. But there's a big problem with this interpretation elsewhere in the Bible. The term sons of God almost always refers to angels. Job 1:6, Job 2:1. This has led many scholars to a much more startling theory. What if Genesis 6 is describing fallen angels who took human wives? If so, this would mean that powerful celestial beings crossed a forbidden boundary, resulting in something unnatural. And this theory doesn't just come from the Bible. It's found in Jewish traditions, the Book of Enoch, and even myths from various ancient cultures. If angels really did take human wives, then their offspring, known as the Nephilim, would have been unlike anything the world had ever seen. The Nephilim, the offspring of angels and humans? So, who or what were the Nephilim? Genesis describes them as giants and mighty men of renown. Some believe they were literal giants, while others suggest they were hybrid beings, part angel, part human. Across different cultures, we find strikingly similar stories of godlike beings who walked the earth. The Greek myths tell of the Titans, beings born from the union of gods and mortals. In Hindu mythology, the Mahabharata describes divine beings mating with humans to produce mighty warriors. Even in Mesopotamian texts, there are tales of beings who descended from the heavens and ruled over men. Could these legends all be echoing the same ancient truth? If the Nephilim were indeed a hybrid race, it would explain why they were feared. These beings were said to possess extraordinary strength, intelligence, and perhaps even supernatural abilities. And if they were the offspring of fallen angels, then their very existence would have been an abomination, something God never intended. The idea of supernatural offspring walking the earth is disturbing. It means that humanity, at one point, may have been mixed with something beyond human. But if this was the case, how did God deal with it? The Great Flood, a divine cleanup? Now, let's connect some dots. If fallen angels did marry humans and produce Nephilim, what happened to them? Why don't we see them today? This is where the story takes a dramatic turn. Some scholars believe that one of the primary reasons for the Great Flood was to wipe out the Nephilim. If humanity had been corrupted by fallen angels, then God had to intervene before things spiraled completely out of control. The flood was more than just a punishment for human sin. It was a reset button for creation itself. The Nephilim and their influence had to be erased, restoring humanity to what God originally intended. But even after the flood, there are still whispers of giants in the Bible. Goliath, the Philistine warrior, was said to be over 9 feet tall. Other passages mention the Rephaim and the Anakim races of giants that seem to echo the Nephilim of old. Did some of these hybrid beings survive? Or did fallen angels continue their interference even after the flood? It's a mystery that still fascinates scholars today. Fallen angels still among us? If fallen angels really did interfere with humanity in ancient times, does that mean they're still active today? Could supernatural beings, both good and evil, still be influencing the world in ways we don't fully understand? Throughout history, countless stories and myths hint at mysterious, otherworldly forces guiding or manipulating human affairs. Some people believe that fallen angels, The same ones who may have fathered the Nephilim never truly left. Instead, they adapted. They found new ways to exert influence, not through direct physical unions, but through spiritual deception, control, and manipulation. The Bible itself warns us that Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. 2 Corinthians 11:14. This means not everything that appears divine is actually from God. Think about that for a moment. How often do we see figures, organizations, or movements that claim to be working for enlightenment, power, or progress, yet lead people away from truth? Could these be the same fallen beings, just wearing different disguises? Some researchers and theologians believe that many supernatural encounters reported today, such as alien abductions, shadow figures, or even sleep paralysis, could actually be manifestations of these fallen beings. The modern UFO phenomenon, for instance, often includes reports of non-human entities interfering with humans in disturbing ways. Could these aliens actually be fallen angels in disguise? The parallels are eerie. And here's something even more unsettling. Many ancient civilizations, from the Sumerians to the Mayans, recorded interactions with beings who descended from the sky. These beings gave them knowledge, built civilizations, and demanded worship. Sound familiar? If fallen angels truly walked the earth before, they may still be here, operating in ways most of us never even suspect. What about Jesus' words? Now, some skeptics argue that Jesus himself dismissed the idea that angels could marry humans. In Matthew 22:30, he said, "At the resurrection, people will neither marry nor be given in marriage. They will be like the angels in heaven." On the surface, this seems like an open and shut case. Angels don't marry, end of story, right? Not so fast. Notice that Jesus specifically said, the angels in heaven don't marry. But what about the fallen angels, those who rebelled and abandoned their place in heaven? Could they have broken divine law and engaged in human relationships? This is where the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, offers some shocking details. While it's not included in the official Bible, it was widely read and respected by early Jews and Christians. According to Enoch, a group of angels called the Watchers descended to earth, took human wives, and fathered the Nephilim. It describes how these fallen angels also taught humans forbidden knowledge, secrets of magic, technology, and even warfare. Now, think about the implications. If fallen angels truly introduced forbidden knowledge to humanity, could this be the reason why certain civilizations, like ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, suddenly advanced in architecture, astronomy, and mathematics? Many researchers have noted how some of the oldest civilizations had an unexplained leap in knowledge, almost as if they had help from an outside source. Could it be that fallen angels played a direct role in shaping human history? And if so, are they still doing it today? So, after everything we've explored, what can we take away from this? Did angels really marry humans? Were the Nephilim real? And if so, what does it mean for us today? The reality is, we may never have a 100% definite answer. The topic of fallen angels, Nephilim, and supernatural interference is one of the most debated subjects in biblical and historical studies. But one thing is certain, there is more to the unseen world than we realize. The Bible is clear that a battle between good and evil is constantly happening, not just in some distant spiritual realm, but right here on earth. Whether angels ever physically mingled with humans or not, the influence of these unseen forces is undeniable. The most important thing to remember is that deception is a key weapon of dark forces. Just because something appears supernatural or powerful doesn't mean it's from God. The Bible warns us to test everything and seek truth because not all that shines is light. So, what do you think? Did angels really cross the line and take human wives? Or is there another explanation for these mysterious stories? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of our world. Stay curious, stay watchful, and remember sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.